Yes, good evening, good evening. A pleasant good evening to our social media family. I see a lot of persons in the house already. I am privileged to have, I'm an esteemed company this evening. I have Miss Karishma Ramdan. Yes, Miss Kathleen. Yes, says that's Miss Ramdan. Yes. So I brought a special guest for you guys this evening. You know, I had to change it a little bit, or they must be fed up, see my face. So I had to bring our next face to sort of balance off the thing. Keep in mind, we are live on our social media platforms. We are Batson and Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. On YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad. And we are Dr. Batson on the TikTok. So I know Instagram is already in the house. Let me say a pleasant good evening to K94DJ. Ann Codrington has joined us. Crystal Mitchell has joined us as well. We also have Miss Grace James has also joined us as well. Miss Shirlene Lewis, 2387. Good night. Blessings, Dr. Batson. She says we also have our Facebook. We have Miss Beverly Beard. She says, hi, good night, Doc. Vidya Abdul, a pleasant good evening to you always. She says, good evening to all in the house. Miss Cheryl Griffith, good night to you. Alberta Francois, pleasant night to Doc and comrade. Miss Donna Boudou, she says, hi, Karish and Dr. Batson. Miss Kathleen Ishmael, and she says, hi, my doc. This is always a beautiful blessing. Thank you so very much, my dear. Miss Hazel Cummins says, good evening to all. Haven't seen the video with Doc in quite a while. Well, good. We welcome you. Miss Mona Medina, hey, in the house. Hi, good night to you. Good night. Miss Carol Debedina, yes. Karish and Dr. Batson. Good night. Miss Medina says, Dr. Batson, good evening. Maureen Pierre Reed, Kathleen Ishmael. Well, you all know Miss Ramdan. So for those of you who are not familiar with Miss Ramdan, this is Miss Karishma Ramdan. She's one of our senior blood microscopists and consultants that work at Batson and Associates. She usually works in all the offices. She works Tobago, she works Debe, she also works Chagonas. Good. So today, of course, we promised you guys to answer questions. It is question and answer. We had an excellent program this morning on Sky 99.5 as usual, but we were inundated with calls and questions there, so I wasn't able to really facilitate our social media. We have our open clinic days where Dr. Batson would do his particular marathon days, and of course, the consultants who would be there to ensure that they do what they need to do so that we could get you the results that you're looking for. This week, we actually have some marathon days that we will be doing in Shoguna's office. Now, keep in mind, open clinic days every day. We have a consultant in each office every day of the week. My appearance, for want of a better expression, in Shogunas is going to be on Tuesday, which is the 23rd and the 24th. And that's for Shogunas office. On the 26th and the 27th, which is Friday and Saturday of this week, I'll be doing my marathon day for St. James. That is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. And Tobago, we actually still finalizing Tobago, but Tobago would most likely be the week after or the week after that, which is going to be the week from the 5th, right? So we will let you guys know as time goes along. You could always call and get the necessary information. But, once you come to Batson Associates, you will be seen and you will be definitely dealt with. Let me say a pleasant good night to Miss June Jatan, Miss Marlene Nabi, Miss Abeline Hughes Bernard. She's actually in Miaro. She's some distance there. Miss Atleen George, she says, good night, Dr. Batson. Miss June Jatan said, Miss Ramdan, nice seeing you. Melissa Richards, good night to you guys as well. So, we have some questions from this morning that we're going to touch on, and of course, we ask you guys to ask your questions here. This morning, we had a very interesting program. We discussed a number of things we touched on. We touched on circulation. We also touched on the Nerve Restore, which is a product we carry at Batson and Associates. Ms. Listra Lincoln says, do I need an appointment? You don't necessarily have to have an appointment for the open clinic days. What we do suggest that you do, though, is if you can just call and let us know that you're coming, you're walking, that is not a problem. Just come and we would not have an issue there. Okay? We're going to facilitate you guys, Miss Listra. So as I said this morning, we were highlighting, we touched on poor circulation, we touched on hormonal imbalance. So tonight, we're just going to go along that vein, and as we get our questions, we go along. There was a question that we had this morning where, okay, so let me answer. Miss Nikisha Holder Marshall says, what's happening with digestive balance? Well, we had a little challenge with digestive balance because our supplier was actually out of stock. We are waiting for them to get. We have Digestive Restore in stock though.
Yes.
We have Digestive Restore, very good product. Yeah, those digestive products we're going to top up a lot on because we know that is very important. I'm always highlighting the importance of digestion and how it's important to have proper assimilation in the with one's food. Okay, you're welcome, Miss Lincoln Honey Bay. Of course, good night, Doc.
Good night to you, Honey Bay.
Yes. Always a pleasure to have you in the house. So the question that we got this morning, they were asking, as it relates to circulation, if swelling of the ankle is an indication of poor circulation. And the thing is that the answer to that is yes. And in some instances, no, because what you could find a lot of the times, we know kidney problems are related to some aspect of swelling of the limbs, or what they call edema. But usually, if it is you find you get up early in the morning and your foot is nice and small, your ankles neat and everything, and then later in the evening, especially if you stand a lot, you find that you have swelling. That is usually an indication of poor circulation. At Batson and Associates, we carry a number of things for poor circulation. In stock right now, we have the circulation tea, and we also have Santulan, because Santulan plays a significant role in terms of dealing with cleansing out the circulatory system. Remember, Santulan has 11 different ingredients. One of them is persimmon leaves, which actually helps to cleanse and tone blood vessels. All right, Miss Sue Jeremiah, good night to you. You're new here, so it's nice to have you. I hope if you have a question, you would ask. Miss Jeremiah, so she's asking, where do I ask the question? You can ask the question here. If you're comfortable with asking it here, one of the things that we're going to actually do later on is that we're going to provide a more private avenue for asking the question. So what you can do, Miss Jeremiah, just to make it a little generic, we will answer accordingly if you don't want to give too much information. Okay, that's something that we're actually working on in terms of having a more private aspect to ask those particular questions. All right, Miss Carol Myers says, is CMOS good for all kids and adults? You want to answer that question, Karishma?
Definitely. Yes, yes, definitely. CMOS is good for all. CMOS has a lot of antioxidants in it as well, and we actually carry it at Batson and Associates. You can put it in your smoothies, you can put it in tea. You know, some of us decide to take a spoonful of the CMOS in the morning time by itself. CMOS helps a lot, especially with your bones, good bone health. So yes, definitely kids, you can just where the dosage is recommended, you can see a consultant, Dr. Batson, myself, for better recommendation. But yes, it's not a problem.
Definitely. One of the things that CMOS, why I like CMOS so much, CMOS is a nutrient dense food. It's very good for the gut. It's good for the intestines. It's very good for your muscles. It's good for your bones. We carry a few at Batson and Associates. Primarily, we carry the bone dry CMOS. We also carry Toco CMOS, a very good brand dried out, and you know it yields a lot because I personally use it. So I can tell you, so you could always call and ask about that. Let me say a pleasant good evening to Miss Jennifer Valentine. She says, good afternoon, everyone. I hope I did not miss much. Hand pink waving, good afternoon to Dr. Batson and his associates. No, Miss Valentine, you didn't miss much. All right, Miss Margaret Ross Castellano. She says, Dr. Batson, is there a natural way to remove kidney stones? Yes, there is. Uh, there are a number of things. One, you need to watch your hydration. Hydration, of course, is very, very important. You have 4 different types of kidney stones. You have calcium stones, you have magnesium stones, you have uric acid stones, and you have combination stones. In all instances, those stones could naturally be broken up and leave the body. We may need some more information depending on the individual. We have used Santulan in the past that has helped people. Santulan has helped a lot of people pass out kidney stones, actually broken up the stones and pass it out. But as I said, you may need a consultation so that we could sort of dot our I's and cross our T's where that is concerned. Ms. Sue Jeremiah has asked the question. She says, my 8-year-old has swollen adenoids and tonsils causing sleep apnea. Any advice? Good question. Yeah, definitely. When you're looking at issues with adenoids being swollen and tonsils, remember tonsils is the first line of defense in the body. So it means your door. I don't know if whether you didn't mention if it's a girl or a boy. My apologies. You said an 8-year-old. What you find in that particular situation is that the immune response is compromised. So we need to work on the immune system for that child. What I would tell you to do, watch the diet, try and limit the amount of sugars because sugars significantly compromise the immune system. They say when you use sweet sugar, artificial sugar, your immune system goes to sleep for about 2 to 4 hours. It literally becomes very difficult for it to actually protect the body. So that's something that you could pay very close attention to. Ms. Ramdan, from your knowledge, what product do you think is going to be a good product for this individual?
Definitely Santolan, as you would have mentioned. And we have the kidney tea.
Good.
As well, that can be recommended as well. And we also carry a kidney formula,
Good.
which, you know, we hoping to restock soon, which ideally aids in that stone, and our magnesium product as well.
Good. Very
good.
good.
The magnesium formula would help. But, you know, once we know the size and how many, we'll be able to then make that recommendation as to how, you know. And we have clients as well, Dr. Batson, who doesn't know that they have stones.
Exactly.
And while using the Santolan, they would have mentioned that, you know, Miss Ramdan, I saw like I passed out a little stone, you know, it's very small. And that's one of the things that Santolan is able to detox your kidney.
Exactly.
Things like that.
Very good, very good. As regards to Miss Jeremiah, when you look at the tonsils to an infection and those type of things, silver with mineral formula is a very good thing.
Yes.
Because the silver with mineral formula is something that we recommend for a lot of children.
Correct.
Who have problems with infections. You're always sneezing, coughing, a lot of problems with runny nose, those type of things. Definitely, Miss Jeremiah, that is something that you could look at getting, because you see, the thing is, in that case with that sleep apnea, we know the child is now having problems to breathe properly, and you don't want to remove the tonsils. That should remain as a last resort. But your problem is frequent infections. That's what's going on. The immune system is compromised, and that is what you need to work on. Okay? Colloidal silver. She's asking if it's colloidal silver. We carry a form of colloidal silver. It's actually silver with mineral formula, so it's not silver alone. And we normally use, depending on the situation, we pair it with other things. The silver with the mineral formula together with inflammation formula is very good for that particular situation. So if you do have colloidal silver, you just may not know how to use it. But of course, at Batson and Associates, we carry silver with mineral formula and the inflammation formula for that particular situation that would be able to give you some help. All right. Miss Margaret Ross Castellano says, I'm inquiring for a friend who had a stent placed in her because the stone was very large, from Florida. Yeah, well, the thing is, if the stone is a very large stone, the doctors have no other choice but to put a stent in there because they don't want it rupturing, going inside of there and actually grazing or damaging the kidneys. So a stent is usually placed in there. The thing is, if they're in the situation where the stent is there now and they're in the hospital, then of course we have to wait until they're out of the hospital to deal with that situation. If that is not the case and the stent is just placed there, then definitely something like Santulan would give them some assistance. They need to look at their water intake as well, in order to help in actually breaking up and getting rid of that stone. The thing is, people who have stones usually prone to stones, you know. And the reason for that, it has a lot to do with malabsorption, their ability in terms of how they digest food, that type of thing. Okay, so that's something that you would also pay very close attention to. Miss Debbie Rupchand is asking, hi, good night, everyone. Excellent product. Love the CMOS. We're glad to hear that. Kendall Duncan is asking the question, good evening. Can you speak on muscular spasms, please, more? So in the neck area, causing a lot of pain to the back of the arms. The thing is, if you're getting muscular spasms is an indication of a number of things. Mineral deficiency, it also has to do with poor circulation as
Definitely.
well. The possibility exists you may have some sort of musculoskeletal problem in terms of pinching of the nerves or something like that. In terms of Batson and Associates, Ms. Ramdal, would you recommend someone who has that situation to do the blood analysis and the magnetic resonance analysis? And if yes, why?
Definitely. So in his case, where muscular spasm, the MRI scan is able to scan something and it's able to pick up something called mineral deficiencies or bone density. So we're able to look at the density that is being lost from the bones. It's able to scan cervical, which is C1 to C7, neck, lumbar. So, in that way, we're able to have a lot of information as to how bad it is and what we can do. And even the blood analysis, we're able to see that inflammation because there's some sort of inflammatory aspect happening there for those spasms. So definitely, we would recommend that the blood analysis and the magnetic resonance analysis scan.
Definitely. Okay, so Sue Jeremiah, let me just answer you. How do I get in contact? As I said, I am new. Sorry.
Not a problem.
Don't need to be sorry. So you could contact any one of our office locations. You said you're new, so I suggest if you could actually like us and share us because, well, like us and follow us because we always do lives and we have a lot of information there. The contact number, you can get us at our head office, which is Shagonas. And that telephone number is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. For Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That number for Debe is 223-7515. That's 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. And of course, Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. That number for Tobago is 226-4553. So wherever you're located, you can always take advantage of that and get the information. Cindy Fagon is saying, what can you do for blocked tube? Making reference to what? Blocked fallopian tubes. The thing is, when you have blocked fallopian tubes, you actually have problems with hormonal imbalance. So, if you have hormonal imbalance challenges, of course, I'll let Ms. Ramdan highlight, what are some of the things that you could actually use to address that particular situation.
Definitely. So when dealing with the hormonal imbalance, you want to we carry a product called Women's Formula, which primarily will deal with the endocrine system. And the endocrine system is a system that consists of your glands. So we're talking thyroid, parathyroid, pituitary, and that would be one of the products that we would recommend for in a case of what you're mentioning block tubes. Santulan for one would always be recommended, because when was the last time you had a detox done? All of that is an issue as well too. We carry the uterine formula, so there's a wide number of products that we carry for hormonal imbalance. But you can give us a call or come have a consultation done, and then we can go from there, rather than we just recommending off. We want to know directly what is going on, how long, or if you're on any medication, things like that.
Well said. Definitely, definitely. So again, those telephone numbers and location. Keep in mind our open clinic day means that you do not have to have an appointment. There's always a consultant, a senior consultant in all of the offices, so that you would be able to be facilitated rather. Those telephone numbers again for the Shogunas office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsamut Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. Yours truly, Dr. Batson, would be in Shogunas office this Tuesday and Wednesday. That will be my marathon days for Shogunas this week. And St. James is actually Friday and Saturday. So you could take advantage of that on Friday and Saturday of this week. And of course, we'll keep enlightening you as our time goes by. Keep in mind, we also have our special that we have with the executive consultation. We have the blood analysis. And Miss Ramdan is one of our senior blood microscopists. She has been with us for almost 10 years.
Yes.
Right. So a lot of experience. I mean, when you do blood analysis as long and as much as we have done it, you get really, really good. And she's actually one of the best that we have. We're fortunate to have 3 other individuals that work with us. We have Mr. Vialva, Stefan Vialva, we have Mr. Paul Green, and we have Mr. Rene Bastamante, who apparently is known as Enrique, because somebody asked me messaged for Enrique. I said, we didn't know we are Enrique working with us. So, a great team. There, let me of course say a pleasant good evening to all my hardworking colleagues at Batson and Associates, the Shogunas office, people like Miss Sasha, Sunarine Adam, Miss LaShawn Hills, Miss Jeanne Robinson, Miss Jenna Marshall, Mr. Mario, Miss Monica. We also have Ananda.
Yes.
We also have Miss Prabha. In DB office, we have our new addition, Mr. Shemuel, who's new with us, and of course, working along with us, to help our clients get as best results as possible. In DB, we have Miss Roma, our long-standing.
Yes, Miss Roma.
Miss Roma. We also have Miss Donna Buru. Who as well, not new. She was there before, and she just came back, right? And we welcomed her back, because of course when you leave, if you was good, we always take you back quickly,
True.
Yeah, once you wasn't troublesome, we have room for you, we take you back. Right. And of course, St. James, we have Mr. Montoot. We have the ever lovable Miss Eleanor, who you cannot forget, the very
definitely Miss Ellie.
So hardworking colleagues, trying to get all what we need to get done.
And not
for
forgetting
you guys.
Latoya.
Oh yes, Tobago. Yes, how could I forget Latoya? Yeah, the Lone Ranger. Well, she wouldn't be lone again, because that office, as I know, we in process of getting everything's in order. So that's going to mean more staff. So definitely, we getting some things done where that is concerned. So Miss Jeremiah actually provided some information for us there. So I would imagine that would be her contact.
Oh no, I think she probably was trying to put our contacts there.
Oh, she wanted to put
yes, it's 222-8261.
Oh, that's not
yes,
okay.
yes.
Good. Yes.
Yes.
So it's 222-8261. Oh, she put it there so she would remember when she has to call.
Yes.
So Miss Jeremiah is 222-8261 and not 333. Okay. Right. Marvel Max says, good night, Dr. Batson and Miss Ramdan. Good night, Dr. Batson and Ms. Ramdan. What do you recommend for someone who suffers with panic attacks and anxiety? We were just talking about that. Again, we would recommend a consultation, but off the top of my head, what I can say, especially if you are on medication, Alkagen water is safe to use. Let's start detoxifying the body. Let's start opening up those cells, getting rid of all those things in toxins in the tissues and that type of thing. There's a product we carry at Batson and Associates called Nerve Restore. And Nerve Restore is a product that generally anyone could use. If, however, you are on medication, we just need to tell you the timing as to
Yes.
how you use that product, because it doesn't interact with things like serotonin uptake inhibitors and those different types of products for things like sleep and insomnia and all those type of things, right? So that is something we would recommend. Of course, I would suggest you give us a call or visit. I don't know where you're located, but of course, if you could take advantage of one of the open clinic days, maybe not now, but even in the future, we would be able to give you some necessary assistance. Okay. Ms. Lina Ramdas asked the question, please advise what can be used for leg cramps happening at night during sleep. Usually, when you're looking at leg cramps and those type of things, and cramps, circulation, a lot of people have poor pulmonary and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation is above your heart, systemic circulation is below your heart. So it means a lot of the times, if you're getting cramps, especially while you're sleeping, it can be a serious indication of poor circulation. So what we would really recommend that you do is at least come in and have a consultation done. So of course we could dot our I's and cross our T's. If you're on any medication, I don't know if you're a diabetic, if you may be on any other type of medication for any other issues, because sometimes the medication that you're using could be contribution to the problem that you have. So it's very important that we make at least, even if it is you do not do the complete blood analysis. And the thing is, let me say something quickly. When you're looking at your finances, because we have to be practical, everyone has to look at their finances. Good. So if you may not be able to do the blood, the scan, that entire package that we have, what you can actually do is do the consultation. Start off with some things, start getting better, and then subsequent down the road, we can actually implement different aspects of whether it is the blood analysis, we do a magnetic resonance analysis scan, those type of things. All right. Okay. Stephen Atwell asked the question. Good night. Are ITs back in stock?
No.
No, we get an IT. We will actually get teas this, if not this week, prepare for next week. By next week, please God, we will have teas. We will have more.
What you can do, you can always send us a WhatsApp and we can place your name down. So as soon as we get it, we can give you a call so we don't miss,
Yes.
because those teas sell really, really fast.
Yes.
Someone is asking Miss Woodley, is there a specific day
Mhm.
for international consultation? What you can do, I'm not sure which part you are from. You can hit us a WhatsApp on 1-868-373-2388, and we can give you all the information. There's the international consultation. It's done by myself or any one of the consultants. If you require to see Dr. Batson, we would schedule that as well too, according to his schedule. But what we do, we try to help him as fast, do all the paperwork and stuff, so he just able to review.
Yeah.
But you are in good hands, right? You are in good hands. So you just hit us a WhatsApp and we can let you know as soon as possible. You can get it done. That's not a problem.
Good. Most certainly. Thank you so very much. Miss Donna Boudou, she says, thank you so much. I enjoy working. Great. Miss Pearl Passad, hi, my dear. Looking on to your program. So beautiful, Dr. Batson and Karishma. Good night. Miss Pearl Passad, a pleasant good night to you.
Good night to you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know how you're making out in this rain, girl. Miss Sue Jeremiah says, is there a WhatsApp number for overseas clients? And yes, there is. Ms. Ramnan just highlighted the number, which is the 868-373-2388.
Yes.
Okay, good. So that number again, and the thing is, once you look on our on our social media, you will see all that information there as well. Okay. Mr. Kendall Duncan asked the question, if I come over to get your treatment, can I reclaim through my insurance? What we do tell people, well, the thing is, I don't know, you said if you come over to get treatment. So, okay, I don't know which country you're coming from, but if you belong to a country that would support integrative insurance, because I know some international countries like Canada and certain countries do it, then the possibility exists you can, but we're going to have to get more of your details in order to finalize that. In Trinidad, we don't have that luxury because our laws are not in a place as yet for integrative integrative therapies as yet. But that's something God's willing that we're working on, and that's way bigger than Batson Associates. That's like
Yes.
a lot of things. But throughout the world, internationally, especially in Europe, well, China, Malaysia, those countries, and then the insurance companies are actually doing things like that now because, of course, they want the clients to live longer. If it is you have to pay out big claims in business, in insurance, you lose business, eh? So it's always better to be proactive as opposed to be reactive. Ms. Melissa Richards asked the question, Dr. Batson, what causes severe pain in the calves in your foot and usually happens when at deep sleep? Thanks. You like cardiovascular problems. You need to be very, very careful. That's poor circulation on a mammoth level. It could even highlight early signs of strokes and heart attacks and those type of things. So it's very important that you try and address that. In some cases, some people have problems with magnesium deficiency. However, I am very cautious the type of magnesium I use. At Batson Associates, you'd realize we use liquid magnesium. And the reason for that is because the type of magnesium is a better or more absorbable form of magnesium. Okay, so that's something you could also check out. But the thing is, you need to be careful with magnesium because if you have a kidney problem, you cannot use magnesium. So hence the reason why a consultation is always important. Okay, guys? Miss Sue or Jeremiah, she says, "Oh, thank you so very much. I feel very hopeful." Yes, I'm very glad to hear that. Jill Tony says, "Hi, good night to the panel. What causes heel spur and how can it be treated?" You want this one?
Yes, definitely. So we're looking at heel spur, basically some sort of inflammation, some sort of circulation. You have to look at your water intake, of course. Because remember, the blood is unable to circulate, which is it's supposed to be able to transport oxygen, right? Also, do you know how important like doing a little sort of foot soak is good as well? Because we recommend that as well, the Epsom salt and the baking soda, that helps as well.
Definitely.
Inflammation formula of the top of that will help greatly for heel spur.
Definitely. And just some more information, just to add on what Ms. Ramnan said there. When you get heel spur is also an indication of acid in the body. In order to neutralize our acid, you need a base or alkaline, right? The most readily available alkaline in the human body is calcium. Calcium is stored in your bones. When you have problems like things like lactic acidosis and what's this acid that people have? Gout, excess uric acid and those type of things. You experience pulling of the musculoskeletal system, primarily bones. So one of the things you could do is actually get a ball, like a tennis ball, and put it under your heel and actually roll it. When you sit down, keep rolling it so that what it does, it actually starts to push back the bone there. But you also, as Ms. Ramdan so rightly mentioned, you have to address the inflammatory levels in the body. Have to. Okay? Joy Lewis, I believe that's a number she must have left there.
Yeah, that's our international.
That's our international number there again that they highlighted there for us. Okay, 8688. I feel see. All I don't know my phone numbers, and I only know 222-826-1 and 314-9975.
Yes,
The rest of them numbers.
Miss Valentine said not to forget her.
Yes, Miss Valentine, we have not
report.
forgotten you. No, I got the report and stuff,
Yes.
but what she did, she sent a list of products that she have. So I just have to tell her how to use what she has.
Okay.
So I haven't forgotten you, Miss Valentine. I'll do that for you before the end of tomorrow, please God. Miss Listra Lincoln says, "You did a clinic at the company I work for. Unfortunately, I was not there. Are you going to be coming back anytime soon?"
Can you just let us know if it
which organization it was,
and we could always let you
we
know.
could always let you know because we have worked with some persons before, and I know next year, please God, we plan to do corporate wellness on an even grander scale. And this year we just putting things in place with our different offices and that type of thing. And definitely it definitely corporate wellness is something that we actually looking at doing for a lot of organizations. Because I'll tell you something, I feel sorry for a lot of professionals. There are people, we all have to work, we have family to take care of, but there are people, listen to me, you're so beat up and tired, and it might sound bad, but you're literally beat up and tired and don't know how to help yourself. And that's a real sad thing. It really, really is sad. And a lot of the times, all it just takes is paying attention to one or two things and focusing on getting the job done. And once you do that, we can help you. We have had persons who come to us who they couldn't sleep,
Yes.
I will never forget that testimony from that young lady, the schoolgirl. Watchmen,
I remember.
amazing testimony. Trinidad and Tobago. You can't get better than that testimony. And this young lady, I'm telling you, if she didn't come to us, she'd have been in the madhouse. Or she might have been dead. I'm telling you, I'm being very honest. It was so detrimental. And the thing is, the work that we did with that child and her mother needs to be, I mean, kudos. That is, it have mother and it have mother. That is her mother. She made sure and she went to the letter and she stick with that child and she come piece by piece and that child got better. So let me tell you something. If you're suffering, plenty of you are suffering because because somebody want to suffer. I telling you, come out of the politics. We're not in the politics of medicine. I don't care who your doctor is. I don't care where you're going. That's not my concern. My concern or our concern is to get you better. And if you're not better, it means you're not doing something wrong. We live in the information age. They could go Mars. You could do, look, we're doing this. Look how much people listening to us all over the world. Look at how many people. And you trying to tell me we still don't know how to help sick people? Nah, man. Come better than that, man. Come better than that. All right. Miss Frederica Joseph, she said, good night, Dr. Batson and associates watching from New York. Miss Philippa James says, hi, good night, Dr. Batson. Did you finish the report that I sent to you?
Right. So, Miss James, what you can do, we were actually looking for your report on the WhatsApp. What you can do, you can hit us up a message so we can find that. She said that she would have sent it.
Yeah, because that's one of the things I was wondering. If it is she had sent it to the 3149975
Yes, because when I
number,
looked through, I
didn't see it.
So you can address it to me. You can send it to Miss Ramdan, and I'll have them check again tomorrow for that.
I wonder if it was the format in which she sent it, if it was, or was it an email? No, it couldn't have been an email. It would have to be a WhatsApp. Okay, Miss James, do us one favor again, please. The report that you sent, because the office is saying that they looked through everything and they're not seeing it. But I mean, you know, we deal with technology and anything could happen, right? So do me a favor again. Send it on the WhatsApp 868-314-9975.
And you can just put your name at the bottom.
And put your name at the bottom so we could good, because it's a while now you asked me and they checked and well, now that you're here and you asked the question, I know. So we're gonna deal with that this week for you, please God. Okay. Miss Dawn Ellis, always a pleasure to have you. What would you suggest for someone with ankylosing? Look, you send me back to school there with that one, but I'm not too sure what that is. Miss, so as we go, honey, basically the way I beat up and tired right now is not even funny. Honey, what you do? What you do, honey, babe? So of course, Mr. Ramdan could remind you of the telephone numbers. Let me just search. Miss Dawn Ellis asked me here.
Definitely. So before I give the numbers, I just want to say good night to my mom who is locked on, Nicole Kiram.
Oh, okay,
thank you, Mom. Good night. So the numbers for our offices, we have Shogunas, which is 222-8261. And we also have a WhatsApp, which is 314-9975. We have Debe, 223-7515. St. James, 220-8113. And for Tobago office, 312-4248. Keep in mind our office opens every day, Monday through Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And as Dr. Batson mentioned, we are having our marathon this week coming here. Shogunas, he'll be at Shogunas Tuesday and Wednesday. And when you hear marathon, what that means, it means much more people that we can facilitate rather on a Wednesday when he's there. You don't need an appointment. You can walk in, or you could just send us a message to let us know that you are coming and we will be able to facilitate you. He's actually given St. James Friday and Saturday. This will be St. James' first
marathon.
Yes. First marathon.
So we have to make sure and remind Miss Eleanor and them on Monday, please.
Yes. So
that will make it necessary.
So those of you all in the Western area and who has been waiting to see Dr. Batson, you know, you can take advantage of that. Dr. Batson would be at the St. James this Friday and Saturday. And keep in mind, we also do our international online consultation. We have done many so far. We have created a great database, and we are seeing a lot of our international clients on the live here as well, who can testify, who would have received their products, who have been using the products. And the number for that, if you would like to book your online consultation, it's 1-868-373-2388. So you can take advantage of that to book your online consultation and get your health in a better gear.
Definitely. So let me answer the question that Ms. Dawn Ellis asked here,
Yes.
where she spoke about.
You suggest.
Yeah, that is actually a situation where you have stiffening, abnormal stiffening and immobility of joints due to fusion of bones. I believe that I know there's some genetic predisposition to that, but however, I always tell people genetic load the gun, lifestyle pull the trigger. So a lot of the times, definitely we're going to have to look at the level of inflammatory response in the body. That has to do with a lot of inflammation. We're going to have to make some dietary changes, of course, because that's always important, because a lot of the foods that we consume are very inflammatory, and as a result of that inflammatory situation, you find a lot of persons have issues with those particular situations. So Ms. Ellis, if you have any more information for that particular person, you could always provide it for us, but I believe definitely we can help that individual.
Definitely.
Most certainly we can help them. Okay, keep in mind as well, we have Miss Pauline Gillies. She says, good night, Dr. Batson and Miss Ramdan. Blessings. I am watching and listening from Tobago. Okay, Tobago, man.
Wow.
Tobago, God's willing, we're going to see you all in the upcoming weeks in Tobago. What we're actually going to do is every week, specific days coming in the next month, we're going to have a consultant there. So the consultant is going to do the blood analysis, do the scan, those type of things. And of course, Dr. Batson, myself, we would actually come and review at different points where that is concerned.
Yes.
Okay. Someone is asking for the WhatsApp number.
Yes. So our WhatsApp number is 314-9975. So you can send us a WhatsApp at 314-9975. And Miss Listra is saying my co-worker did a consultation, right? Came to WASA, and I'm reading the report as we speak, and you were right on point. Okay, thank you very, very much. Yes, so hopefully in the future we'll be back again to do that promotion at WASA, where we do the blood analysis and whatnot. Keep in mind how the blood analysis is basically, we have a special where you can do your blood analysis, the MRA scan, consultation, and you also have that foot detox done as well. All of that as a discounted price, so you can call the office to have that done. And we have that Mother's Day special still running, which would end at the end of the month, where the 2-for-1 special discounted on the blood analysis. You can call the head office at 222-8261 and 314-9975, which is our WhatsApp number. So it's 1-868-314-9975.
Okay, good. So I know Mrs. Budram had asked that question as well as Stacey and Simon Valdez. So I hope you all got that. Miss Margaret Cross Castellano says, love the term. Genetic loads the gun, lifestyle pulls the trigger. Yes, my dear. Miss Denise Hurst, listening from Antigua. This is Miss sister, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
nice.
this is actually her sister. Yes, she
Okay, nice
always
to have
joins us.
you.
It's a pleasure having you. I
Yes,
hope
I'd like to meet you.
yeah, one of these days, one of these good days.
Yes.
Miss Listra Lincoln. Oh, she had just made
Yeah,
that.
she was talking about when she was asking, she was talking about WASA, as you mentioned.
Oh,
Yes.
but mine had told me
Yes.
it had to be was there.
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely, and that is something that we would definitely have to look at doing for you guys. As I said, corporate wellness is something that Batson and Associates have been working on. I know there were times that we did stuff for TT Post. We had done for WASA. We also did for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. We did a lot for Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And I'm always very mindful and cautious as it relates to the police service, because, these are a lot of hardworking men and women, but unfortunately, their health tends to be seriously compromised because of their work hours and that type of thing. And, they may not be able to, know exactly what to do, what to take, and those type of things. So we're looking forward to assisting you guys. And as I said, corporate wellness is something that's going to be coming big where Batson and Associates is concerned. One of the things we also going to be doing very soon is our engine promotion. That has not been forgotten. It's just rest there. That's one of our medium-term goals. So, Batson and Associates continually working hard to get, the necessary in terms of what we need to get done for you guys. Keep in mind again our some of the products that we carry. I saw someone ask a question regarding premature cataracts. The Eye Optics formula, great product. That product is recommended, and it has been done has been used. We have been using that product for what, almost 10 years now.
Yes.
And what's many testimonies that we have from that eye drop alone
True.
is in the hundreds. It is a very, very good product. It continues to help people with things like macular degeneration. Whether it's age-related macular degeneration, it's also very good for things like detached retina. It's also very good for things like retinosis pigmentosa. Any eye situation that you have, because your eye is very important. It's very, very important that you maintain your eyesight, especially if you're a diabetic, and it needs to really pay, or you need to rather pay very, very close attention to it. Ms. Donnell said, I asked the question this morning and I am not home to get the full name. No
That's
problem.
okay.
But I answered it for you
Yes.
to Ms. Ellis. As I said, the person can get help. I may just need to know more about the case. But I believe definitely, as I said, genetic load the gun lifestyle pull the trigger. And I'm always very optimistic, even in dealing with orders, genetic, or what may be considered or attributed to genetic or a genetic predisposition. Okay. Okay, Miss Sharon Theodore, she says, Dr. Batson, I have my family and my cousin who is in Jamaica watching the live now. Okay, well, good,
Thank you very much.
pleasant good evening to Miss Sharon Theodore and to the family members in Jamaica who's watching. Hi and good night to you guys. You're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, and I am fortunate to have in my presence and company one of our senior blood microscopists and consultants that work at Batson and Associates. She have been with us for 10 years. So definitely we have some experience in the house this evening. Miss Sunshine Ray says, can Santulan expire? I have a pack about 2 years now. Can I still use it? Yeah, man. I had a pack of Santulan for 4 years in an envelope in the cupboard. And I used it. I've had it. It worked. It works. So if you have it, there, I believe it should be good still. It should be good. Okay. In addition to that, keep in mind as regards to our open clinic days, again, very, very important. You do not necessarily have to have an appointment. You can just call or not, you can just call and let us know that you are coming, or you can come in, we could give you a number. So let's say, and the thing is, it could be done in such a way that we could always do the necessary as it relates to facilitating your time. So let's say you might have something to do in the morning time and you want to come and see us in the afternoon. If you come in the morning, you pass before and you let us know, then we'll be able to tell, well, okay, you may be able to come at this particular time. We deal with you quickly.
Yes.
So, it's about facilitating individuals because we try our best. One of the things that people have to understand when you are dealing with with individuals, and especially when you're as thorough as we are, it's going to take some time.
Definitely.
It's going to take some time. So sometimes people say, well, why give you an appointment and you're going to have to wait? The thing is, this is not like the barber, where you go by the barber or the hairdresser. This is a completely different thing. It is subjective to a number of things. It's relative to a number of things. That's why in the hospital, why you think all those clinics in the hospital, when you go in the hospital, is to sit down for all them hours? Is because you think they want to torture you? No. It's one or two doctors who is an expert who has to sit down and deal with people. That's why, the Western medical facility as it relates to health, they cannot be as thorough as they would like to be because of how much work is involved. But when you come in and you're dealing with Batson and Associates, one of the things that we actually do is, as you know, especially when you're dealing with the consultants, we're looking at dealing with the root cause of the problem. We're looking at getting certain things done. And that's very, very important. Okay, Miss Nakisha Holder Marshall says, nah, man. Okay, I don't know.
I think she was referring to when you mentioned the Sandulan.
Oh, okay, good. Right. Oh, with the Sandulan.
Yes.
Right. Alana John says, hi, good night. Inquiring about the eye drop and the optimizer. Will it help with allergies? Right now, I have itchy, watery eyes, very itchy. What you can do for that, the eye optics formula will definitely help. Keep in mind the eye drops is eye optics formula, and optimizer is our next product. Optimizer is a oral product that helps with improving blood circulation in the brain and that type of thing. If you have a problem with very itchy, watery eyes, I would suggest you use the eye optics formula. You can also place an order for the eye tea. when we get IT, we could always facilitate you. It doesn't have to be much. It could be like about 15 or 30 ITs. And then you could also use the alkagen water. Reason being, what it does, it actually helps significantly in terms of removing a lot of mucus from the sinuses and that type of thing, because that also contributes to serious problems. And then eventually you could always use a santulan, which is a 7-channel detox, and that helps to remove a lot of inflammation and mucus from the body. Okay, we have Miss Diane Bain. Keep in mind it's now 9:17. We had to start a little bit later, so we started off 8:25, and that's because we had some recordings for the radio stations that we were doing and that type of thing. So what we're going to actually do is we'll continue until 9:30. And then, of course, we would be able to facilitate as much questions as we can until that period of time. Okay. Diane Bain says, Dr. Batson, this is the 3rd time I'm asking about Quincy for my son. Help. Thank you. Okay. Miss Lana John said, oh, sorry, I'm mixing up the products. No, that's no problem, my dear. No problem, my dear. Okay. So this question has been asked. So, Miss Ramdan, what you could do, you could just give them those clinic days again, the marathon days, and the telephone numbers while I look and see. She's asking about Quincy.
Definitely. So keep in mind our marathon would be on this Tuesday and Wednesday at our Shogunas office, which is the 1st floor of the Money Talks building in Montreal, Shogunas. The number for that office is 222-8261. That's 222-8261. And also we have our WhatsApp number at 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And also for St. James would be this Friday and Saturday as well. Dr. Batson would be there 2 days for St. James, and this would be their first marathon of many as he is doing going forward.
Definitely. Okay, so Quincy, you see, the more you live, the more you learn. I tell people you have over 55,000 named diseases and they're adding some every day. So I just learned something, that Quincy is actually the abscess or a collection of pus forms between one of your tonsils and the wall of your throat. Definitely we could deal with that. So Miss Diane Bain, we could definitely help that, but you're going to have to bring that child to us. We're going to have to do a consultation. Right? That has to do with serious bacterial infection, but it also has to do with an infection that most likely has not gone, because I'm sure it is something that has bothered him for years, or it is something that is bothering him a while. So it means that that infection is chronic. And chronic infections are the worst type of infections to deal with, because those infections actually go into the tissues. And listen to me, they can really cause some problems. But I'm quite optimistic that we can deal with that, so you can actually provide more information, or see if you could come to one of the clinic days. I don't know where you're located, Miss Diane Bain, and I would be able to help you where that is concerned. Definitely we can help. I'm sorry that you had to ask 3 times, but when we're going through the list of questions, sometimes we're going to miss something that you would have asked. So thanks for asking again, and I hope we'll be able to help you as soon as possible. Miss Alicia Borges, she says, hi, my name is Alicia. I am in Canada and I need some clarification. I did some blood work and it came back that my blood is inflamed. Okay, well, let me tell you something. If you do blood work now, and what I like is a lot of these Western practitioners, they come in, they kind of gain, they understand any integrative medicine a little bit now, because they have to. So if they're telling you your blood is inflamed, that is serious. It means that the inflammatory response in your body is very high. Most likely you would have done an ESR, and the ESR showed high inflammation in the blood especially. So that is something we can actually deal with. You said you're in Canada. So it means we're going to have to ship some things to you. So definitely the Nerve Restore is going to help. Santulan is also going to help. Optimizer is going to help. There's a particular type of wheatgrass that we use, which is the wheatgrass with the roots and the grass itself. I would recommend that. And what we do, we don't send any heavy products for you. So we're going to send the lightest one, the liquids. What we will do is that we'll actually send you some information, and that information that we're going to send for you is going to highlight or send you where you can get some additional products, and we're going to actually work with you to correct that Miss Alicia? You said yes, so I saw most likely you were making reference to the ESR.
Yes.
So it means you have high levels of inflammation in the body, and we can help you deal with that. It is a serious thing. What I would suggest you do from the get-go, increase your water intake. If you do drink soft drink and juice, you should reduce it or completely take it out of the diet for now, because sugar seriously adds inflammation to the body.
Definitely.
Okay, Miss Alicia, so I hope we are willing to help you there. We will of some help to you. Keep in mind the number to book your online consultation. That telephone number, of course, is 868-373-2388. Again, that's 868-373-2388. You're very welcome, my dear. So you're listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates, where we support your health naturally. I have with me Ms. Karishma Ramdan, one of our senior blood microscopists and medical consultant at Batson and Associates. Very qualified, very experienced, very thorough. If it's one thing with our consultants, they're thorough. A lot of people say, Dr. Batson, I come and I'm so impressed. And that is something that we're so thankful for. So, it's a matter of getting better. It's a matter of us helping you to attain that. So regardless of what your health challenge is, regardless of what your health challenge is, we would be able to help you. Let me see if I can just quickly deal with some people on Instagram. We're in the process of getting our next system for Instagram, because we have Instagram on our phone. So it's a little smaller. Spice Girl 3357 asked if we have optimizer. Do we
I
have?
believe we do.
Yeah, we have optimizer in
Not
stock.
much, but
What I know we would, because we were waiting on some stuff, and I saw we got some notification. We're getting a lot of stuff this week and next week, God's willing. So if you call and we do not have, they'll definitely put your name down,
Yes.
and when we get it, they're going to make sure that you can collect it. K934 DJ says, good night, Dr. Batson Associates and everyone Tuesday. It's bedtime for me in New York, so I will catch up by listening to the video tomorrow. Thank you for the wonderful work that you guys do. You're very welcome, my dear. And Spice Girl asked, Doc, what can I take for high cholesterol from Canada? For cholesterol, one of the products we carry at Batson Associates that I find work really good is that same product I was telling you guys about. The Nerve Restore is going to give you some help, because I like Nerve Restore for everything, simply because Nerve Restore seriously improves your sleep. And once you improve your sleep, of course, you're going to help your body heal faster. The body is able to recuperate itself, especially from the aspect of the central nervous system. Okay, so it's very important that you do that. Pollyanna asked the question, Dr. Batson, what are your thoughts concerning a breast reduction, or what can you suggest? What do you think is, if women who have very large breasts, it can become problematic for them, especially with the back. A lot of problems with your back and your waist and that kind of thing. So I think, if that is something that you're looking at doing, what you can do is really just look for a professional who as professional as possible, because I know when you have large breasts, it can be very difficult, especially for your back. It can cause a lot of problems with your back. It can cause serious problems with your posture and that type of thing. So it is something that that may be needed, but of course you have to find someone who's as professional as possible. I don't really have anything against it, because as I said, I know it can be a serious challenge for someone who has it. Ms. Boyce says, Dr. Batson, good night. When a male person in their 50s and he breathes out and the air coming out from his nostrils has an odor, what would be the cause of this? That's in serious problems with sinusitis. That the sinuses are infected, and you see, the thing is, a lot of people, they get something known as a post-nasal drip. So when you have post-nasal drips, it means, again, those are chronic infections in the sinuses. So as a result of that, you'll get an odor when that person breathes out. We can deal with that. That's easy. That's a walk in the park for us. You're looking at Alkagen water, Santulan. You're looking at the
mineral formula.
Mineral formula would also help. Yes, correct. IT is also going to help as well, because the IT actually helps to clean the sinuses and helps with removal of waste matter and inflammation in the sinuses. Okay. Miss Alicia said, Dr. Batson, can you repeat the number again, please? Okay, the telephone number for international clients, that telephone number is 868-373-2388. Again, that's 868-373-2388. 2388. Ms. Sharon Theodore says, Dr. Batson, I drink a lot of water, but when I drink some bottled water, not calling names, a few minutes after drinking the water, my throat does be dry. What you think causes this? I mean, the type of water you drink is very important. I'm a huge advocate of alkaline water, which is why we carry our own brand Alkagen. So maybe that's something that you could look into. The thing is, a lot of bottled water is actually acidic. And if it is you drinking that, obviously it's going to cause some problems. Sometimes it come out better off if you just boil your water and filter it. But of course, we have so many different bottled water on the market. So I tell people, do your due diligence, do your research, check your water out. Because at the end of the day, you are the end user. Okay? We also have let me say a pleasant good evening to Miss I just had spotted it there. It was Miss Greens James. She says, would really appreciate if you can respond to my question on enlarged goiter. Yeah, I have saw it. And the thing is, if somebody who has in goiter has serious thyroid problem, but it's not only thyroid problem. What is going on? That thyroid has a lot of inflammation. The thyroid is inflamed. You have serious problems with hormonal imbalance, gastrointestinal problems. People who get goiter, they have a lot of health challenges that they need to deal with. Primarily, problems with your liver, primarily in internal toxins. So that's where Santulan comes in, 7-channel detox, kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs, the alkagen water, the silver with the mineral formula. And then what we actually do is use the castor oil and the hot compresses on the neck to actually get the lymphatic system working to get those set of toxins and impurities out of the body. What we have been finding is a lot of women with menopause, a lot of menopausal women ending up with thyroid problems. Okay, so it's very important for us to actually address that. Last question before I finish. Someone says, please speak on liver stenosis and what can be used to diagnose the root cause of HBP, high blood pressure. The thing is, when you're looking at liver stenosis, it has a lot to do with liver health. Is for your liver to become compromised, you have to do real nonsense, because the liver is actually one of the most resilient organs in the body. It is the largest internal organ. It is the organ that has the ability to rejuvenate itself very quickly. The problem with a lot of people is that they have fatty liver. And when you have fatty liver, it compromises the liver and it could contribute to a number of other things. As regards to root cause of high blood pressure, it depends on the individual. Some people, constipation cause them to be hypertensive. Some people, hormonal imbalance. Some persons, insomnia. Some persons, especially women who have PMS, as I mentioned, hormonal imbalance, endocrine imbalance in the body. Okay, so it is now that time. We always wish we could spend so much time with you all, but Miss Ramdan needs to get safely to her home. And because we have a bright and early day tomorrow, please God, it has always and will always be a pleasure speaking about health.
Yes.
Thank you so very much to those of you who would have joined us. Keep in mind that we are live and you can always like us, follow us. So if you like this content, if you like what you have heard here tonight, please like us, follow us, and share us, because there are a lot of people out there who are sick, real sick, suffering, and it is very easy to help them.
Definitely.
So again, those telephone numbers for the Shagona's office, you can get us on 222-8261. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erin Main Road in Debe. That telephone number for Debe is 223-7515. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road. St. James, that telephone number is 2208113. Keep in mind, Dr. Batson is going to be doing his marathon days for St. James beginning this week, and that's going to be Friday and Saturday of this week. St. James, Shagona, sorry, is not Monday, sorry,
Tuesday and
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yes.
And of course, Tobago would be most likely the week of the 5th.
Yes. We're looking at that once.
We're looking at that once everything is planned out.
Yes.
We're going to plan our week from tomorrow, please God. So
Yes.
we'll, of course, let you guys know again on Thursday when we have those programs. Keep in mind, we are also live on our social media on Thursday coming, where we would be doing our program from 11:05 to 11:25. That is on 103.1 FM. Then we have Freedom 106.5 FM, which is 1:15 to 2 p.m. And of course, we have DJ Mamu Radio, TT.com, who's 2:15 to 3:15. Thursday is usually a very packed day.
Yes.
Okay, remember for international consultations, that telephone number is 1-868-373-2388. Remember to check out our products, our Alkagen water, our Santulan, our Nerve Restore, the Eye Optics formula, and the many teas that we carry: circulation, gastro, liver, joint. You can imagine drinking a tea that could help you with joint pain. So, let me thank Ms. Karishma Ramdan very much for joining me this evening. It was a pleasure.
Yes, you're
And
welcome.
as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive,
Try sickness.
if you think education is expensive,
Try ignorance.
God bless you guys,
Take care.
and do enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.